This is going to be a demonstration that will show you how to create a rolled hem by hand. The first thing that you need to do is set out your 6x6 sample in front of you, and then we're going to mark a 2-inch hemline from the bottom. And I'm going to use my my pen here, just so that hopefully it'll help you guys to see it a little bit more. But I would use Taylor's chalk when doing your sample. So go ahead and just, what you're doing is you're using your 2-inch ruler to mark that 2-inch hem, and you're lining it up with the bottom edge of the bottom raw edge of your fabric here, and then you're just placing a mark along the 2-inch there. And I really hope, it's kind of difficult to to draw a line on mine because I'm working at 2 different levels here, but hopefully you guys can see everything. Let me take a glance back. Yeah, I better keep it right here. Okay, now what we're going to do is I'm going to turn this around because for me it's easier to mark away than it is to mark towards me. So either way, what we're going to do is we need to now make a mark a 1/4 inch away from this hemline that we just drew towards the bottom edge of the fabric. So I spun mine around so I can mark away from me, but this is just like a personal preference. So as long as you're marking a 1/4 inch line away from our first hemline marking, that's all that matters. Towards the bottom of our fabric. All right, and this is showing up here. Okay, let me go ahead and put my pen cap back on so I don't make a mess. All right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to machine stitch along this second marking, so the line that's closer to the bottom edge of your fabric. Now the last setting that we had our machine on was on that basting stitch, so make sure that you return this stitch length to the 2.5 stitch length. So go ahead and lower your needle into the fabric in your presser foot, and we're going to do some back stitching. And what you're going to do is you're just going to follow that line that you drew, the 1/4 inch away from the hemline marking, and you're just going to go all along the whole distance, the whole 6-inch distance of this new marking, and then do some back stitching at the end of that line too. Then go ahead and trim your thread tails tight, like fairly close to the end of your fabric there. All right, then you're going to take your shears, and we're going to trim this excess fabric here about 1/8 of, we're going to trim the excess fabric that we have here from that stitch line about 1/8 of an inch. So go ahead and take your fabric shears, and again we're just trimming this excess fabric off. Okay, then you can just toss that to the side. Alright, and we want to make sure that we have our hand sewing needle all prepped and ready to go, with it being 1 thread thick, and make sure that you have a knot tied to the end of your long thread there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fold the hem, which is this upper line, this hem to wrong side so that the stitching line shows. So that we're going to fold this up, fold the hem to the wrong side so that the stitching line shows. Okay, fold that up, and then we're going to work from right to left, and we're just going to be grabbing, we're going to first fasten our thread to the back side here, if I can grab it. Hang on, my camera's beeping. Okay, I'm gonna start this video right back up. Hopefully I didn't lose anything.